Yeah, trying to keep my headspace clear. Been off the meds for the feels. Trying to run it up while I'm here. Really, I am who I is. Yeah, only got one life to live.
That one is on. Clap. We're looking good. Yeah, okay. What's going on, amazing alpha shooters? In today's video, we are building a rig for this little thing, Sony A6700. There's probably like a million ways on how to build this, but it's gonna go from this to something like this. First of all, pause the video right here so you see all of the items used in this video, but stick around because I'll show you what are also some budget alternatives that you can use. All right guys, so every build obviously starts with a cage, and there's only one right now for the Sony A6700 from SmallRig, but I still really love this one because you have a lot of 1/4" holes all over the place. So you have them also on the side, on the top, and on all of the sides basically. But the really cool thing is that it has these area locating holes on one side, and you also have the NATO rail here on the other side for the side handle. So whenever you guys are buying these top handles or the side handles, very importantly to look at what kind of mounts they have, because you have to make sure that they do match on your cage. Moving on, I am using the V-mount battery plate, also from SmallRig. It's super simple, just slides in, you lock it in the position, and then you can make the angle here. First thing what I do is undo the screen, so for the ventilation. By the way, speaking of screen, I really recommend you using this screen protector, because simply it will protect the screen. There's like 3 or 4 of them, quite cheap if I remember correctly. It's just because Sony screens are notoriously bad and will scratch quite easily, at least for my older cameras. Anyways, this is usually how I set it up here, and the V-mount battery is going to come in here. Why I really like this battery plate is because I'm going to be using with these new SmallRig batteries, V-mount batteries, and they already come with all of the ports, so you don't have to have any ports here, so it can be pretty slim and lightweight. The only downside is that it doesn't have the Arca Swiss here on the bottom, which I really wish it had. So what I did, I went ahead and purchased this quick release, so I simply attach it on the bottom here. All right, that was quick. We can add a lens. Let's add a lens now, just to have a little bit of balance. I don't have a proper zoom lens for APS-C, so I'm actually using the full frame lens. It's a bit heavy, but this setup is actually gonna be not that big in my opinion. So I'm not gonna use any rods on the bottom or anything like that, because I'm not a fan of focus pull, so I'm just gonna be making it as it is. So there's actually a couple of options when it comes to the top handles. This one is the one with the area locating. There's also a light version where it doesn't have any screw holes on the side. Another really good alternative is a little bit more expensive, a little bit more abused, but this one with the recording button, really like it just because it records whenever you click. But the problem in my kind of setup is that on A6700 there's not enough ports for me to add all of this, because there's only HDMI for the monitor, and then I wanted to power the camera, so I haven't gotten a dummy battery, so I cannot use this for now, but it is a good alternative if you use a dummy battery. So therefore I'm gonna use the top handle with the area locating hole, and it attaches solid. We are getting there. The next thing, side handle. Again, this one is quite primitive, but what I like is that you can actually use it on both sides, and also internally here the height is adjustable, and it comes with the screws. Again, as I told you, there's different mounting options, and what I like also is that the cold shoe is on the top with a couple of screw threads, so you can pretty easily get it working. And I like the height and everything. It just feels pretty good at this point already. So from there we need to have the monitor mount, and again I'm using the area locating handle, and I also like where it sits. I'm gonna set it up like this because I like to have a little bit more space here for my hand, like that. So you see my hand is not getting anywhere in the way for the handle. As a monitor, I'm gonna be using this Shimbal monitor, Memory Eye Pro. I did a review on it. Really like the monitor, very bright, very easy to use. Okay, let's add some power. So as I said, I'm using the SmallRig V-mount battery. This one is the 50 version. There's also 99 and I think even bigger one. But I like this one because it gives enough power, enough energy for me to use it, and you know, it's quite slim. So just on the top here, as you can see, fits very, very nice. And then I'm using two cables. So I have the D-tap to DC, I believe that's what it's called. It goes in like this, goes in here. And for the camera, you can actually power it with a bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna be using a USB-C to USB-C cable. Spin it through here, control. Yeah, this feels good, doesn't disturb. For the audio, actually I have the microphone connected right now, as you can see here. So another option what I have is this little Movo VXR 10 microphone, just a very slim profile, and different places where I can attach it, and where I like to attach it is on the side handle, and then here. SD card, my beloved Angelbird SD cards, super fast. HDMI cable, SmallRig had them sold out, so I have something from Amazon, Twazel, or whatever the brand. I'll leave the link in the description for all of the items, as I told you, like this. So, and then one last thing, what we have is a matte box, just to make it look really cool and use the D&D filters. I have the one from Freevo because it's super slim and lightweight, and it also takes the slide-in filters for like you know, streaks and whatnot. So, and then the matte box goes on the top, and then I'm using the Freevo's 77mm filter. Then we just need to adjust this here. Okay, so this is it. You can turn this thing on. Everything is powered through this little battery. Works really well. All right, guys, that's the setup right here. It went from the small camera and a very compact to something like this. Let me know what you think. Is this an overkill, or is this a proper setup as the camera should be? I'll be making an upgraded version of this thing, and also what's in my camera bag very, very soon. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, much appreciated for those who already have. I'll see you guys all in the next video very soon, and keep on creating.
Look at me soaring now, giving my soul, I pour it out. Been honest before, what you seeing now? Back when I couldn't afford a house, I used to sleep in the Prius, no heater on site at my campus. Dropped out for a job, I just couldn't manage. Was racking up debt, made it hard to see family. I ran out of panic, I started to grind at the studio. Don't tell my girl I was homeless, was wasting the time that we could've spent. Too focused, not folding, I'm used to this. I'm not complaining, but shit to get harder, and I know what my worth is. I waited my turn, look at me flourish. I want them to know what they're seeing right now is me beating my curses. I only got one life to live. Ready for my rise.